here. Mm-hmm. Well, that's cool. Cool. Oh, hey. Hey. Cool. I guess I shouldn't look at that screen. All right. Hi there. Hey, Brandon. Hey, Bradley. Yeah, hello from Sweden. Wow. Cool. Okay, it's been too long, I know. Christine, hi. Hi. Hey, Kathy. Hi. That's funny. Hi, guys. How are you doing? Thank you, Sandy. It's very nice of you. All right, so what are we doing today? Well, first off, maybe I should shut the door. So, I am getting set up for a session with the Intemperate Sons. Hi, Daddy. That's funny. It's funny. Brandon, new edema anytime soon. Funny, we're actually working on it over the next 4 months. There's going to be a whole new album. Yeah. Amy, I'm dressed up today. You know, I often wear a button-up shirt. Not really on tour or on stage, but when I'm in my normal life and I'm going to do stuff all day that involves working with people and everything, I will often wear a black button-up shirt and look kind of cool, you know. The Expecting Mommy is doing great. She is super pregnant. It's fucking funny, but she's feeling a lot better. She's doing a lot better. She had everything you can think of. Her skin broke out. Her mood got crazy. Super nauseous. All the stuff. But I think she's doing great. Yeah, she had a lot of morning sickness, Kathy, but she's doing a lot better now. So that's super cool. And she's generally happy and doing great, but she's definitely getting big and becoming a pregnant person, which is really cute. I like it. I want her to show it off. So this morning, we're obviously not doing a We're Working on It Fuckers. We're going to be back to our schedule after this weekend. We'll start doing events again. We'll start catching up on Decode radios. We've got some new acoustic songs that we're going to do. We're going to do some We're Working on It Fuckers, obviously, that are aimed around us creating music in the studio. I have a whole bunch of new music that we're working on. Let me see if I can even find something to kind of play for you guys. See, Trauma Echoes. Let's see if it's gonna be, yeah, let's just mess with this real quick. So got a bunch of new stuff that we're working on, both Edema and Julien-K, probably about 25 new songs that we gotta get somewhere. So that's gonna be kind of the focus for the next couple months as we get kind of put the shows behind us and we get into the studio and working and all that kind of stuff. Between the two bands, like probably 25 songs, maybe more. The issue, obviously, is just finishing them and getting them ready to go to market. So I'm going to work really, really hard at getting that stuff done. And I'm going to do a lot more like impromptu shares like this, where I can invite you guys in. If I'm working on something interesting, you guys can, listen to it and participate and all that kind of stuff. And we'll do more stuff as well. We have new ideas planned and new ways to kind of make Patreon super fun and cool. Now that I'm home, I'll probably be able to get on Discord a bit more because it's just impossible when I'm on tour. It's just fucking impossible. Everything is fucking impossible when you're on tour. It sucks all the air out of the room. So we've got a bunch of new songs. And what are we doing today? We have Keith, who is part of our Patreon, part of our fucking friend group, and actually has become a really good friend of ours. And we loved what he was doing with his band, which is actually consists of his two sons, which is super cool, called the Intemperate Sons. And Amir was doing work with them, even I think pre-Patreon and stuff. And as we created the company Framework, which started out as me and Amir being producers, we just wanted to produce under a different name, so it wasn't Ryan and Amir from Orgy or Ryan and Amir from Julien-K. We didn't want that on top of it. We just wanted it to be Framework, mysterious, and if the music's good, then people like the music. If the music's not good, then we have to go back to the drawing board. Well, Framework turned into Ryan and Amir producing bands and producing music that we, bands that we think need a shot and maybe aren't getting it in the traditional space. And when it came time to release the music, all the options were terrible. Most people just release it. They just release it. They don't do anything, to promote it. They don't know how to promote it. They don't have a channel to put it out in that's releasing a lot of good music so that the DSPs pay attention to it. And that's where we came up with the concept of Framework. We started becoming a label. And I always say a reluctant label, because I'm still to this day not really sure that I want to be a label person. I don't know that I am a label person. A lot of times I don't know if I know what I'm doing. But weirdly enough, I have the answers to a lot of problems, that artists face a lot. And they go from management level to touring level to promotions and releasing the music correctly and producing. And so does Amir. So that's kind of what our weird little brand is. It's kind of like me and Amir producing and managing and helping, build the marketing and everything around releasing these songs in a way that gives the band an actual shot at building something. And it's, we both also know that this isn't quick and it isn't easy. And, the results, you've got to get things moving and get Spotify to sort of pay attention to get your music out into the, propagating properly before you can start getting, a real building fan base and everything. It's the same thing that labels do or did back when they did label stuff. With Orgy, we did a lot of stuff and radio wasn't biting and we were playing arenas with Korn. And we weren't getting a lot of like a translation between, people didn't understand what we were doing until Blue Monday hit. And that was sort of like a gateway for people to understand what it was that we were doing. And once it started clicking in people's brains, they just started getting the direction. Weirdly enough, it was right around when Fred Durst got the idea of what we were doing. We played this like little kind of like private show in New York during Family Values. And all the bands there, they didn't really get us other than Korn, but they all came to the show because we were kind of becoming friends. And at that show, Orgy we figured it out. It took us like 10 shows to kind of figure out what the fuck we were doing. And we destroyed that place. And Fred Durst came up to me and he was like, I get it now. I get what you're doing. He's like, wow, I didn't get it in the beginning, but I really get it now. It's really good. And I was like, fuck, and I had that feeling too, that we played the music in a way where it translated. And that's like with a major label behind you, a major band named Korn backing you up on an arena tour, bringing songs to radio that don't work. And then finally on tour, after playing a lot, it started to translate. And it takes a while. And I think that we're able to take these experiences that we have and we're able to tell, artists that are creating something new, even if they've been doing it for a long time, and we can kind of, reassure them that you got to stay on the path. You've got to keep going because there isn't like a thing that happens that makes everything happen. So it sometimes can happen at the most odd times in the most odd ways. And the truth of the matter is nowadays you have to kind of do everything. You've got this incredible tool now called DSPs, Spotify, internet, all this kind of stuff. You can go direct to the consumer, but to actually create fans and stuff, there's a lot of work that has to be done, and it doesn't happen quickly. And these are things that for some reason Amir and I we tend to be able to help people understand and help them, get. And all the bands that we work with, they all face the same issues. And so I think that we are reluctantly becoming sort of a label management production kind of team called Framework. And that could be something that becomes a thing moving even past our music careers. But, I'm still pretty wrapped up in being a lead singer and an artist and a touring, professional. And I really love all of it. So, I don't know. I'm just grateful that I get to do this stuff and work with other artists that really need to hear that it's okay. You just got to keep going. You got to keep trying, keep putting out better and better music. You know what I mean? So I was at jiu-jitsu the other night, and this guy from Turkey, actually a guy, kind of long hair, young guy, bigger guy than me, taller, kind of bigger around, but we sparred, and he's around the same belt as me, but he beat me pretty good. Maybe he's a little bit higher belt. And he, you never know though. Sometimes lower belt guys kind of fucking good. And I liked him. He was just a cool guy. And I also trained with this guy, Billy from Biohazard, a cool band that I grew up on. And so he's a black belt at the place where I train. And Billy, showed me some stuff. And then I ran into everyone in the locker room. We were talking, hanging out. And I found out that this dude, the dude that beat me, just a little bit before, from Turkey, is an artist. He's a musician, and he's having issues with visa, same stuff that happened with Priest, and all sorts of issues staying here and all that kind of stuff. And my brain just went into the whole idea of how can we help him out. It's a fellow musician, having trouble, staying here, and he's a super cool guy, and he's just here to work and make great music, and he's working with Billy. Billy produced his album and all this kind of stuff, and so there's definitely something in me that wants to help other musicians, so there are some things that I can do because, I'm a multiple business owner in California. I have legitimate brick and mortar businesses. I have, there was a time when I had about 120 employees, now we have a label, we have multiple touring companies, so there is stuff that when you've got credentials like that, that are verifiable in the United States, you can kind of help sometimes vouch for people that are other musicians from other countries. You can try to help them out and help them to stay here and be able to work. So, I think it's just, at the end of the day, I think we just like to help musicians. And now we're creating a business around it. And that's what we're doing here this morning. So we're up pretty early, getting to work pretty early. You know what? Honestly, sharing with you guys like this is actually pretty fucking fun. I hope this is actually okay. It's kind of a cool way to do a session in the morning. I actually really miss every Sunday when I'm not with you guys. It's an odd thing. I've created this thing inside of me where I am used to being with you. And so it's odd to not be with you. And yes, we are going to change these sessions we're going to try some Saturdays, we're going to try some weeknights, but it'll always be living on YouTube, on Vimeo. So we're figuring this out a lot better. But anyways, if this is cool, I'm enjoying it. I'm also reading everything you're saying, so I jump in and answer stuff. Ryan destroys the stage every night. I do. I fucking rip that place apart. Thank you. Yeah, everyone knows Biohazard. That's awesome. So yeah, so these are the dudes that I do jiu-jitsu with. Really, really cool. Billy he's a tough black belt. I mean, he is fucking really good. He showed me some incredible stuff already, and he also just absolutely destroyed me. I mean, just destroyed me on the mat. And I tried to roll with him. But, that's what you have to do when you're doing jiu-jitsu is you need to get on the mat and you roll with, I always look for the best person, the highest belts. They're typically the safest to roll with. It's the lower belts that are more dangerous because they're more out of control. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know when it's too much. Black belts know what they're doing. They're very controlled. You're not really in a whole lot of danger of hurting them unless you act like a nut. And then, of course, obviously, they'll probably try to get you in sort of position where they can hold you so you can calm the fuck down. But that's what white belts and a little bit up from white belt, typically are out of control, don't know how to control their movements, and they might go too hard and get gassed and get, it's better to roll with high belts, even though they fucking hand you your ass. It's really fun. So, How is jujitsu different than karate? Okay, so jujitsu is quite a bit different than karate. So karate is, kicks and strikes, and it's a whole lot of standing stuff. In karate, there's not really a ton of ground game. Judo is a lot of leveraging and kind of, there is a bit of ground game. All right, there definitely is ground game, and it's leveraging, and there's a lot of over the body flips and stuff like that. Jiu-jitsu, there is no striking. There's no punching someone in the face. There's no kicks. Actually, there are some kicks, but it's not the way that you think. Jiu-jitsu was developed based on actual fighting, like really getting into a fight on the street. And fights on the street, if you don't just get knocked out or stand there trading punches with someone, or try to do a karate kick, which I can tell you right now doesn't go very well often. You kick a strong, big guy, and they're gonna, and they're gonna grab you and they're gonna fucking destroy you. Jiu-jitsu is designed to deal with someone who's meaner than you, bigger than you, and more athletic than you. So it's wonderful for women. It's wonderful for people who aren't as strong, maybe smaller. And jiu-jitsu relies on getting close quickly. If someone's, gonna hurt you, in my school, they teach you to get the fuck away. But if you can't get away, you got to get close quickly, because that way the punches won't affect you as badly. You are going to get punched. We actually practice getting punched, but you don't want this kind of a punch. You want to get close quickly, really close, like uncomfortable. There's a variety of ways to do that. And then once you're close, even the bigger, stronger guys have to try to start getting you off of them. And when they're trying to get you off of them, you can start to employ jiu-jitsu, and typically you're going to go down onto the ground. You don't stand up in jiu-jitsu and fight with someone bigger than you. That's fucking ridiculous. And even if someone's not as big as you, but they're mean and they've got a lot of experience, it can still hurt you. You still don't want to do it. So jiu-jitsu is a whole lot of being on the ground, doing extremely uncomfortable things, and you have to train to learn how to do it. If you're great at jiu-jitsu, you're not going to really, really hurt somebody. There aren't moves in jiu-jitsu that are offensive, designed to murder somebody. So it's a really, really, really great thing to learn. And I can't emphasize how good it is for women. There's actually a women's empowered class at the place where I train at Gracie University, in Torrance, and it's revolves around the most standard attacks against women. And in jiu-jitsu, being on your back with someone in between your legs and your legs wrapped around them, that's called your guard. So it's a really good position. Well, that also happens to be the rape position, right? So there's a lot of becoming comfortable with the way people are trying to hurt you. And in those positions, you actually have a huge variety of things that you can do. And you have to learn them. And once you start to learn them, you start to become quite comfortable. In fact, a lot of times when we're sparring, I'll fall down and pull someone on top of me, and I'll get them in my guard so that I can relax and I can keep them super close. When someone's super close on top of you, they have to put their hands out to get up to try to do something. So you basically, by doing that, they don't have use of their hands or legs, and you keep their head close to you. Well, that's a really, really good position to be in. Someone's at my door, even though I told them just to walk in. Let me go let these guys in. Hey, so I'm live real quick with Patreon, so you guys come in and say hi if you want. Hello, look who's here. I go, this motherfucker, I told him to just come in, and he's fucking standing out there. I can't get the fucking door open. Yeah, that's funny. I want to party with these guys. That's funny. Yeah. Hey Keith, hey guys. Oh, there's Aaron. So you guys know everyone on here.
Oh yeah.
That's funny. So I'm just talking a little bit about all sorts of shit. This actually may turn out to be a new way to do a session because just sitting down and chatting about all the aspects of what we're doing and everything turns out people actually give a shit. So it's pretty cool.
We had fun yesterday giving a shit.
Oh yeah. we had a great session. We did a new song with these guys. It's pretty rocking. Today we're gonna do vocals, so that's why we're in my studio, so that we can do it. Honestly, it's a little bit more financially. It's less of a burn, and it's a little more comfortable to do vocals here, in my opinion. And we're really set up to do vocals. Right now it's set up for me to do vocals because this is where I often will sit like this and I sound out notes on my keyboard here and I just sing and that's how I do my stuff. But for sessions, we bring in another singer. We'll take this and we'll move it over here and we'll set up just however he likes to set up. A nice sweatshirt. Dig it. And then we'll do it like that. Some singers like to sit down next to me when we work and do it that way. Some like to stand up and whatever it is, it's totally cool, but that's sort of how we do it. So yeah, cool. Oh, and Wolfie's being a good little boy. Just sniffing it up. Hi bud, thanks for not barking.
He smells Max because Max grooms pets.
You just grab him like you own him.
Like my dog.
He's like a living teddy bear.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's super cute. So all right guys, so we're gonna get started on this session and we'll see how comfortable everyone is. Maybe as we're working we'll stream a little bit more. But this was super fun. Maybe we'll do a little bit more of this. I'm surprised how many people are on right now and everything. It's really nice to see that we can do stuff like this because there's a little less prep for me. So all right, well guys, wish us luck. Can't wait to play you this song, New Intemperate Sons. Will be out on Framework soon. And I miss all of you. I'm so glad to be home. Holy shit. Whew. It's so nice not to wake up in a hotel every fucking day of my life. All right, guys. Mwah. See you later. Maybe later today even. Have a great Sunday.